Now on Sunrise and streaming on CrossroadsToday.com, a Texas woman sentenced to 30 years in prison for her role in the murder of Army Specialist Vanessa Guillen. And now several people dead following a home explosion in Pennsylvania. Plus, as the death toll from the Maui wildfire rises, search and rescue efforts remain active to save those in need.
And we're in need of some rainfall around here. We may get some of that today. And this is a live view, by the way, down at Port Lavaca, looking across the Lavaca Bay area. See the clouds building up in the distance. That's a good sign that there's instability in the air, and maybe some rain showers and storms around here. We'll take a look at the percentages coming up.
Multiple cowboys and cowgirls won some hardware at the rodeo over the weekend. That's coming up in sports.
You're watching 25 News Now Sunrise. Good morning and thank you for joining us. I'm Carolina Estrain.
I'm Trey Money.
And today it's the 15th day of August 2023. The time is now 6:31 on our Tuesday morning, and today it's Check the Chip Day. So this is for pet owners. If you have your pet microchip, make sure that address is current on there, especially if you've recently moved. It's always important to have that information handy, especially during hurricane season, which we're not out of yet.
Exactly. We're moving into the prime time hurricane season in the second half of August, first half of September. Over 75% of storms form during that little period.
I always get nervous toward the end of this month, Trey. I think you know why.
Yes, I think that's definitely understandable. But put your mind at ease for the time being. It's quiet in the tropics now. Would it stay that way? Probably not, but we're going to go with the quietness for the time being. And we're not quiet about the temperatures. They're definitely on the hot side. The current temperatures around here in the mid-80s along the coast. See 84 degrees in Port O'Connor, 83 degrees up there in Palacios. And the rest of the area, 80 degrees or so, and upper 70s, some of those from areas near Cuero to Goliad to Kennedy, Karnes City, and back toward the areas near Beeville. And here are the advisories we have for the day. We have of course, the heat advisory in effect for Victoria County, counties from south, Calhoun County, as a matter of fact, and Refugio points to the south and west from there, up toward the areas near the Hallettsville area. But look at this to the east. We've been seeing these to the west of our region in the last few days, kind of shifted a little bit. There's excessive heat warning in effect for Jackson County, Matagorda, Wharton County, and counties in the Houston-Galveston area for high temperatures well above 100 degrees area-wide. The heat index value is approaching 100, 111, and 112. And around the areas near Jackson County and points to the east from there. So if you're having the outdoor activities, please find some shade and some rest. Take a look at this right here. This is the bus stop forecast for the kiddos headed to school. 80 degrees at the bus stops this morning. Dress cool for school. And maybe you want to bring an umbrella just in case, maybe a rain shower or storm in your neighborhood potentially by the 3 o'clock hour. So better be prepared, of course. Temperature is well above 100 degrees, so let's try your best to stay cool. Be safe out there. Your full forecast comes around a little bit later on this half hour. Carolina?
Thank you, Trey. Now to the Texas woman sentenced to 30 years in prison for her role in the murder of Army Specialist Vanessa Guillen. It brings closure to a case that's credited with changing the military justice system.
This morning, Cecily Aguilar sentenced to 30 years in prison. She pleaded guilty to 1 count of accessory to murder after the fact last year in the death of Army Specialist Vanessa Guillen. Guillen was murdered on Fort Cavazos military base, formerly known as Fort Hood.
We are hoping that this sentencing will bring some sense of relief and some sense of justice to the Guillen family, who's waited so long to have this moment, to have their time in court.
Aguilar was indicted in 2021 for assisting her then-boyfriend, Aaron Robinson, on mutilating and helping conceal Guillen's body. Robinson died by suicide after being confronted by authorities in 2020. Vanessa's sister, Mayra, reacting to the sentencing.
There's relief today as to know that Cecily will finally be held accountable for her actions.
Vanessa disappeared in April of 2020. Investigators spent more than 2 months searching before discovering her remains in a shallow grave 20 miles away from the base. It was later revealed that Vanessa had been a victim of sexual harassment while serving. Her story sparked calls for reform in the military to protect women and men from sexual harassment, eventually inspiring new laws to address the way the military handles criminal investigations.
I just want to thank everyone for their full support, and I'm happy to say that we can, in a sense, close this chapter.
Andrew Dimbert, ABC News, New York.
The Vanessa Guillen Act introduced new protocols for handling sexual abuse complaints, ensuring that cases of sexual assault and harassment are now investigated by independent prosecutors outside the military chain of command. At least 5 people are dead following a home explosion in Pennsylvania. New video shows the moment of the explosion on Saturday in Plum Borough. The explosion blew out windows and doors throughout the neighborhood. In the video, debris can be seen flying into yards and homes. 3 homes were destroyed and at least a dozen more were damaged. One of those individuals remains in the hospital in critical condition. The 2 others were taken to the hospital in a stable condition and have since been released. As the death toll from the Maui wildfire rises, search and rescue efforts remain active to save those in need. Each day, the death toll ticks a little higher, with it currently standing at 99 as of Monday. Already the deadliest U.S. wildfire for over a century, authorities warn that the effort to find and identify the dead was still in its early stages. Crews with cadaver dogs have been called in to help search the disaster area. At least 2,200 buildings were damaged or destroyed in West Maui. That's according to Governor Josh Green, of which 86% were residential. The Industrial ISD had a board meeting just one day before 4 recent graduates from the district are expected in court. The Texas Education Agency reviewing a complaint against the district involving how it handled the situation. The community did speak out against the district's response to the incident. However, the school board did not make any comments regarding the situation. We did speak with the victim's civil attorney. She says the family wants answers from the district.
They will also investigate into a school district's actions and determine whether or not those actions have complied with not only Title IX, but other federal laws. And my clients have chosen to pursue all 3 of those avenues regarding the adults involved in and aware of the incident in April.
The Office of Civil Rights, the TEA, and Title IX are working hard to get those answers. The criminal case will start with a court hearing this morning in Jackson County. A jailer from DeWitt County charged with violating the civil rights of a person in custody. Julian Sanchez worked at the jail for about 10 months starting in October of 2022. In late July, the Texas Rangers investigated a complaint involving unlawful use of force against an inmate. The incident involved a taser. Sanchez no longer with the sheriff's office. And a separate incident, jailer Dominic Rangel indicted on charges of bribery. He is accused of allowing contraband into the jail. He worked at the DeWitt County Jail for about a year. He resigned after failing to get his jailer's license. On January 20th, authorities found an inmate with a cell phone charger, charging battery, and earphones. Administrators say Rangel provided the items in exchange for money. He was arrested in June. Remember, subscribe to our YouTube channel, Crossroads Today. Hit the like button and click the notification bell. The time is now 6:38 on your Tuesday morning. Here's a look at what's coming up on 25 News Now Sunrise. A grass fire tore through a home last Friday, impacting 5 homes.
I'm ABC's M. Wynn in Atlanta, Georgia. Former President Donald Trump is now indicted on his 4th set of criminal charges. Who else is named in this indictment? The details coming up.
And taking a look at this morning's weather map, of course, high pressure dominating our weather here. Once it's to the north, an actual cool front headed our way. Will it bring us any cold temperatures? No, but it will bring some rain chances. We'll talk about that coming up. Good morning. It's 20 minutes away from 7 a.m. Let's take a look at this morning's weather map. We have high pressure dominating our weather here. It has been for quite a while. It's going to make a move further to the west. That's certainly a good thing, as it allows this weak front to get closer to us. And with moisture already built up in our atmosphere here at the low levels, not so much the mid and upper levels of the atmosphere so far, but this will help to change that. This will cause lift of the moisture and build clouds skyward, increasing humidity levels in all levels of the atmosphere and giving us some rain chances. They're rather small, but the rain chances nonetheless by 30% chance coming up by the afternoon time would be the best chances to see that. Here's a quick look at the tropics. Not much going on at all the way from the African coast to the Caribbean Sea, off the eastern seaboard and Gulf of Mexico. But notice here is we have the red colors and the darker reds here in the areas of the Bahamas, Gulf of Mexico, and the Caribbean Sea. That is a warm sea surface temperature. That's what this is, a sea surface temperature map. The Gulf of Mexico, a lot of purples and blues in there. It means the water temperature is above 80 degrees and 90 degrees on the entire Gulf, so we're concerned about that. The storm could be going rather quickly in the Gulf of Mexico, but currently on the outside, nothing headed our way. We'll keep monitoring it as we go into the prime time of hurricane season. Full forecast for us a little bit later on, Carolina.
Thank you, Trey. A couple of big rodeos went off without a hitch over the weekend. Sports Director Gino Perez has more.
At a Crossroads, a group of cowboys and cowgirls are showing off their trophies after competing in a competition over the weekend. Down in Port Lavaca, boys and girls of all ages competed in various events like mutton busting and novice bull riding. The 6 competitors that won a title posed for a photo while showing off their trophy, some of which were almost as big as the athletes. The winners include Laramie Hurst, Sterling Kinterbrink, Caitlin Dodds, Rooster Garza, John Galloway, and Diego Garcia. Also over the weekend, the Pro Bull Riders organization hosted an event in Goliad, and it was a packed house. The start of the college football season is a few weeks away, and the preseason AP poll is out, and 3 Texas schools made the top 25. The top-ranked team in the Lone Star State are the Longhorns, and the Burnt Orange come in just outside the top 10 at number 11. Next up on the list are the TCU Horned Frogs. The national champion runner-ups start the year at number 17, just behind the team that beat them in the Big 12 title game, Kansas State. The last Texas team to make the list is the Aggies from College Station. Texas A&M just squeaks in at number 23, but have the top-ranked recruiting class in college football with local names like Reuben Owens out of El Campo and Dalton Brooks from Shiner, who are both on the squad. Other Texas schools that just missed the cut are Texas Tech, UTSA, and Baylor. That's your 25 Sports Now.
Thank you, Gino. All right. Experience our digital streaming service, Crossroads Today Plus. Stream our daily newscast and much more using your connected TV. Just download Crossroads Today Plus on your Roku, Amazon Fire TV, Apple TV, or Android TV. Search Crossroads Today Plus. Overnight, Donald Trump hit with his 4th indictment in about just as many months. A grand jury in Georgia issuing a near 100-page indictment accusing the former president and 18 others of a sweeping criminal conspiracy to overturn the 2020 election in the state.
Overnight in Georgia, Donald Trump hit with the 4th set of criminal charges implicating the former president as the head of a sweeping conspiracy to overturn the 2020 election results in the state. Trump and 18 others, including lawyers Rudy Giuliani and John Eastman, facing a 41-count indictment, all charged under Georgia's Racketeering Act, often used to prosecute organized crime.
I make decisions in this office based on the facts and the law. The law is completely nonpartisan.
Willis's probe sparked in part by that phone call from Trump to Georgia's Secretary of State, where the former president appeared to pressure the top official to find the votes needed to win. Trump and his former chief of staff, Mark Meadows, both charged with solicitation of violation of oath by a public officer in relation to that call. These new charges, which also include violating the RICO Act, engaging in a conspiracy to replace public officials with fake electors, and plotting to tamper with voting machines, add to Trump's legal woes in the midst of his race for the White House.
Those are the kinds of allegations that are tougher to defend against.
The Republican frontrunner's campaign slamming the indictment as bogus, saying the legal double standards set against President Trump must end. And on Capitol Hill, top Democratic leaders issuing a statement saying this indictment portrays a repeated pattern of criminal activity, adding praise to Willis, saying no one is above the law. But House Speaker Kevin McCarthy and other top Republicans are defending Trump, accusing Willis of politicizing persecution, saying she's following Biden's lead by attacking President Trump.
District Attorney Willis has given all defendants, including Trump, until Friday, August 25th, to turn themselves in. She says she wants to hold the trial within the next 6 months. Em Nguyen, ABC News, Atlanta.
Leading us to your viewer poll, do you think Trump will willfully turn himself in before noon on Friday? Okay, let's take a look. 45% of you have faith that he will, and 55% of you say no, you don't think so. Thank you for taking part in our viewer poll. A grass fire tore through Levi Sloan Road last Friday, impacting 5 homes. One house lost a barn, horse trailers, and more equipment. The fire spread as firefighters from Nursery, Inez, and Goliad tried to clear the scene. No one was reported hurt.
Hope of God, and I truly believe in guardian angels. My horses had fire all around them, all 4 sides, and I just had the vet come out today and total health bill, no problems with lungs, no coughing.
Her neighbors and the fire department for their work and service in putting out the fire. The time is now 6:46 on your Tuesday morning. Still to come, Japan's leaders mark the 78th anniversary of the end of World War II at a memorial ceremony in Tokyo. Okay, it's time to celebrate some birthdays. Happy birthday to Raphael. No, not the Teenage Mutant Turtle, but our very own City of Victoria District 1 City Councilman. Raphael is turning 66 years young today. Happy birthday.
And also happy birthday to Batman, Ben Affleck. And here's Ben celebrating with his wife, J-Lo. He's turning 51.
And happy birthday to Jennifer Lawrence. The Hunger Games actress is turning 33 today. Happy birthday, J-Law.
All right, to see your birthday wish live on 25 News Now Sunrise, come to crossroadstoday.com, click on More and under Home. You'll see the KVU. Submit your birthday.
All right, the time is now 6:47 on our Tuesday morning. Happy birthday if you're celebrating one today. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Good morning. It's just about 10 minutes away from the 7 a.m. hour. And temperatures are going to be the big weather story today is the heat, of course, and rain chances. We'll get to that here momentarily about the rain chances. Start off with the anticipated heat index value in the 90s or so currently along the coast. By the time we get to the 11 a.m., 10, 11 a.m., we're in the upper 90s, near 100-degree temperature, feel like temperature that is in Victoria. And same thing through the 2 o'clock hour, 106, heat index value 110 and 111. And most of the crossroads region, especially along the US 59 corridor down to the coast, coming up by about 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock in the afternoon. So please stay out of the heat. Wait till about 7 o'clock or later after that for the best chance to go out and get some things done. So it's not as bad or hot as it was during the day, of course. And then we'll see a few clouds as you go throughout the morning hours, beginning to be pushed on out by the weak front moving on through. But that may provide just enough lift in the atmosphere for a scattered rain shower or storm today. After about 3 o'clock or so, I'm thinking. 103 for the daytime high. Scattered rain showers and storms in the forecast for us. 30% chances. Overnight lows will be 78 degrees, partly cloudy skies. And for your day tomorrow, keeping the temperatures about 103 with a 20% chance of rain shower. That front will begin to break up over our region. So no cold air behind it, of course, just a boundary line. But that'll serve as rainfall chances for today. And maybe some better rainfall chances, especially for Monday, as some tropical moisture moves in from the Gulf of Mexico. Stay cool out there.
Japan's leaders marked the 78th anniversary of the end of World War II at a memorial ceremony in Tokyo Tuesday. Japan's Prime Minister Fumio Kishida and Emperor Naruhito spoke at the event, reaffirming their country's post-war commitment to pacifism. Representatives of Japan's government and regional leaders laid flowers at a memorial commemorating those who died in the conflict. Nearly 8 decades since the end of the war, the conflict remains a source of tension between Japan and its neighbors, particularly China and North and South Korea. A massive explosion at a gas station in Russia's southern Republic of Dagestan killed at least 30 people and injured more than 100. 3 of those killed were children. The explosion took place on Monday night on the outskirts of the region's capital. A fire started at a car repair shop and spread to a nearby gas station, prompting a blast. That's from Russia's state news agency, citing the country's emergency ministry. The subsequent fire raged on an area of 600 square meters, the report said. Some of those injured will be airlifted to Moscow for treatment. That's according to the report. Russian authorities have begun a criminal investigation. Still to come on Sunrise, news to know before you go. Some stunning images from the James Webb Space Telescope reveal a cosmic phenomenon. Some stunning new images from the James Webb Space Telescope reveal a cosmic phenomenon. There in deep space lurks a blob of light that looks like something very familiar to we Earthlings, a question mark. The glowing infrared images were released by NASA on July 26th. Scientists are still studying the makeup and origins of this mysterious object, but some speculate it's likely a pair of galaxies that have merged together and by coincidence forms what appears to be a question mark. All 8 Crossroads counties in Governor Greg Abbott's disaster declaration in response to widespread wildfire activity throughout the state. More than 95 fire departments from across the state responding to wildfire activity in Texas. The wildland fire preparedness level remains at 4 due to fuel and weather conditions, current and expected wildfire activity, and regional preparedness levels. This photo was taken by the Texas Division of Emergency Management last Friday. This took place off Rabb Road, Levi Sloan Road, and Prairie View near Nursery. Victoria College's Board of Trustees votes unanimously for its lowest tax rate in 7 years. Monday, the board approved a property tax rate of 17.22 cents per $100 of taxable values, a decrease of 12% from the current tax rate. The new tax rate includes the first payment on the new $10 million bond approved by Victoria County voters in May for the construction of a Student Success Center. A new virtual hearing will be this Friday afternoon at 2 o'clock for the Luther Hotel. The hearing will address the estate's issues and failures to comply with discovery sent by the Palacios Preservation Association. The lawyer for the heir has submitted a motion asking the judge to change the structure of the estate from an independent administration to a dependent administration. The team is also trying to require the estate to put in fans to reduce the risk of mold and to provide insurance coverage on the hotel. Today, Ben Wilson Street will close between Airline Road and Red River Street so that crews can begin installing a clock tower at UHV. All businesses and homes in the construction zone will remain accessible. The construction's part of the $7.2 million Ben Wilson Street to Airline Road to U.S. Highway Business 59 project. The University of Texas at Austin and MD Anderson Cancer Center teaming up to launch a state-of-the-art $2.5 billion medical hub for Central Texas. In addition to creating new jobs, the planned medical center aims to drive innovation in medical technology. Read this story by the Texas Tribune on our website, crossroadstoday.com. And we want to invite y'all to experience our new digital streaming service, Crossroads Today Plus. You can find it on your connected TV through Amazon Fire TV, Roku, Apple TV, Android TV. Just search Crossroads Today Plus. And we have time for a final check of our forecast. And Trey, I've noticed a lot of pink in the forecast, but it's not Barbie related.
There you go, exactly. Yeah, no, this is a Barbie-free forecast for now. That may change later, you know. Okay, let's take a look at a few clouds this morning along the coast especially. Front moves through, kind of pushes everything to the south, but the front is going to remain over the area this afternoon, overnight tonight, into your day tomorrow, which will provide some lifting in the atmosphere. That's something we need to get this moisture up in the air and build clouds skyward and create a rain shower or thunderstorm today. We think that'll happen in the PM hours. Keep 30% chance in. Very hot today, 103 for the forecast. Air temperature high, that's air temperature. Heat index value approaching 111 or so by the afternoon. Overnight lows, the upper 70s, partly cloudy skies. And then for your day tomorrow, high temperatures in the hundreds or so with small rain chances. Maybe better rain chances by the end of the week. Staying hot though with highs near 100 degrees. Stay cool, everybody. Carolina?
Thank you, Trey, and thank you for joining us. Have a wonderful, wonderful Tuesday. Remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel, Crossroads Today, and join James, Dawn, Matt, Karina, and Gino for 25 News Now at 5, 6, and 10.